Hey everyone, my name is Poisonblade and I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. And today I am going to be talking about the future of Planet Zoo. With that I mean I'm going to list things that I would like to see come to Planet Zoo in 2022. However, I'm going to try and make this as reasonable and logical as possible by basing it off of what Planet Zoo has already done in the past. And let me know down below in the comments if you agree with any of the things that I'm going to say. Maybe you would like to see the same things come to Planet Zoo. Maybe you would like to see something completely different. Maybe you just hate this list. Let me know down below in the comments. And yes, I also am fully aware that I should probably start talking about the major red elephant in the room, but I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video because I don't want to start this video off with controversy. Anyways, before we get started, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more, and let's start with animal packs. Last year they released 2 animal packs, so it's reasonable to expect 2 animal packs this year as well. I would love to see more animal packs because I hold the potentially controversial opinion that building side of Planet Zoo has been very spoiled when it comes to what has been released so far. But when it comes to animal packs, what I kind of expect for 2022 is kind of the obvious of 2 animal packs this year, 4 packs in total with, a pack in spring, summer, fall and winter. But the 2 animal packs that I then would like to see, again I would like to see more, but we're going to contain ourselves to 2 animal packs. But the animal packs I would like to see this year is a revisit of places that Planet Zoo has already gone to before, and that is a South America animal pack and a Oceania animal pack. The reason is because when it comes to biodiversity and just interesting, weird and funky animals, I always think of these 2 continents, and then when you look at the animals that represent them in the game, it's kind of disappointing that both of these continents don't even crack double digits. Meanwhile, we have Asia and Africa with like 40 animals each, which is understandable. Most of the more recognizable zoo animals with like lions, tigers, pandas and elephants come from these continents, but when it comes to South America and Oceania, I would just love to see them revisit these places, because my major criticism when it comes to the South America pack and the Australia pack, but my major criticisms when it came to the South America pack and the Australia pack was it's 4 animals, not counting exhibit animals, but nobody really counts those, but it's 4 animals and they don't really, it's not enough animals to really do justice to these 2 continents. And when it comes to a South America animal pack and a Oceania animal pack, you could actually also open it up more, give more potential for more animals down the line by not making a South America animal pack or a Oceania animal pack, but go more regional with for South America having a Amazon animal pack, a Andes animal pack and La Plata animal pack, which I say La Plata, I mean just the entire southern tip of South America, but the only name that comes to mind here is La Plata, which is I think a region in the southern tip of South America. And then when it comes to Oceania, I would then say you could of course go Australia animal pack. More interesting would potentially be a Tasmania animal pack or New Guinea animal pack, New Zealand animal pack. And just to start more controversy, yeah, the first animal that I thought of when it came to New Zealand animal pack was sheep. Was very swiftly followed by kiwi bird, but just in general when it comes to South America and Oceania, where are my sloths? Where are my capybaras? Where are my giant snakes that live in the Amazon? Where are my emus when it comes to Oceania? My Tasmanian devils, my kiwi birds, the quokkas, the smiling animals, where are those? I was specifically disappointed with the Australia pack and the lack of emus. Now let's move on to item packs, which was more difficult because when it comes to animal packs, I didn't have to think of an architecture style or general style to go along with the packs, but when it comes to item packs, it was alright, what can we do that hasn't been done in Planet Zoo before? What architecture style or just general style isn't really in Planet Zoo so far? That made it incredibly difficult, but the first thing that I came up with was Scandinavia, because it could potentially be seen as a revisit because with the Arctic pack, but the Arctic pack really zoned in more on Viking style, this ice style, which I don't think anyone really uses, but it was the first pack, so we can give them a pass. They were figuring out what to do. But when it comes to a Scandinavia pack, I really think of having those like siding for like the Norwegian style buildings, like the brightly colored Norwegian style buildings. Maybe having like a rustic modern set as well, but mostly a Scandinavia pack, and actually any pack going forward. I would just love a more foliage heavy pack. I just love foliage. Like I could be flooding in foliage and still scream for more. But when it comes to Scandinavia, I'm just going to say it. Fuck you, Scandinavia. How dare you? Like, how dare you have such beautiful landscapes and forests and waterfalls? Like, I had to look up Scandinavian landscapes, forests and waterfalls for something that I plan to build, and it was just like, fuck you. This is 100% jealousy, because the Netherlands is flat, green, and watery. That's the Netherlands. Dutch landscapes are kind of boring. Animal-wise, I'm not really going to focus on animals, but when it comes to like a Scandinavia pack, I think maybe having red foxes, brown bears, having wolverines. For some reason, I just thought hares, like rabbits. I don't know, I want a small rodent, kind of like the same size as a badger, but then also we have the wolverine already, but I just want more medium, smaller sized habitat animals. And then when it comes to exhibit animals, for some reason I just thought hedgehog. Like I think with a Scandinavian pack, it's not going to be like outrageous animals, it's just going to be kind of like the Europe pack, where it's like, it's, you know, the regular, you know, not outrageous animals, but still interesting animals. That's one item pack. We need another one, but the second item pack is Central America / Caribbean pack. As a building set, maybe not so much a specific building set for a Central America or Caribbean pack, but more like the Europe pack, where it didn't have a specific set on its own, but added onto sets were already in the game, because the Europe pack didn't really have its own specific set. Like it had pieces that you could add onto and make other architecture styles simpler that you could already build in game without the Europe pack. So when it comes to like a Central America / Caribbean pack, I just think of like something that just adds on to like the colonial Hispanic style that you can already build. You could also go for a more specific set with like a sort of more native Caribbean set with the huts. Maybe that could potentially give us some more flexible thatched roofs, because both thatched roofs, like the South America one that they gave us and the one that's from the base game, that's like an African themed thatched roof, I would say they're very specific with how you can use them. And just to quickly go back to the Scandinavia set, when it comes to like the siding for the Norwegian style houses, that would also be just very flexible. Like these two packs would actually be then very flexible with like the pieces that you would get with them. Now let's go foliage. I just want a lot of recolorable flowers. Like the South America item pack that we got at the start of Planet Zoo's life cycle gave us, from what I know, the most recolorable flowers out of every DLC so far. And so I would love to see a lot of like recolorable flowers with a Central America / Caribbean pack. And yes, when it comes to animals, let's just say I didn't have that many animals in mind with the Central America / Caribbean pack. But I thought of, for like exhibit animals, having bats, because for some reason I would say bats would actually work in exhibits. And then when it comes to habitat animals, I didn't really have an idea there. Anyway, so now I have to also think of like, when are these packs going to be released? Again, these are just packs that I would like to see, not packs that we are going to see, but every pack is like tied to a season, because like every 3 months we get a new pack. So to line up these packs, it would be a South America annual pack in spring, then have the Caribbean / Central America pack in summer, because I mean it makes sense, you know, summers makes sense to have a Caribbean Central America pack, and the South America pack in spring is just a tie back or a homage to the South America item pack that we also got in spring 2 years ago. And then in fall it would be the Oceania animal pack, and then having a Scandinavia item pack in winter, because Scandinavia, like, you're going to have to release that in winter. Maybe potentially in fall, but we have the animal pack in fall already, and you don't want to have like 2 packs of the same back to back. Like you don't want 2 item packs back to back, you don't want 2 animal packs back to back. So that's why I spread it out like that. However, with packs always comes free updates, which usually zone in on one feature, and so we have to sort of tie a free update feature to every release and also make it have sense with the season. The free update features that I thought of was, first of all, regional food shops, because you can try and build as much like immersion in your Asian section. It's going to be completely broken when you have to build another hot dog shop or another hamburger shop, because all of the food shops right now are very stereotypical. But like when I build a Asia section in my zoo, I would like to have the option to choose from like a wok shop, a ramen shop, a sushi shop, for like a South America, Central America section. I would like empanadas or tacos. Just have the option to choose from like a regional food shop. And then for like an Africa section, tagines, kebabs, and you can just make an entire list. I would love to have at least like 2 options for every region or every continent. Continent is more feasible, I would say. And then the second free update feature, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I hate these, it's mascots. For me, it's the dead or just blank smiling usually plastic faces. It freaks me out. But mascots in Planet Zoo just make so much sense. There's so much potential because a lot of mascots are animals, so it works just incredibly well with the zoo game. And then it would build up more interaction with your guests, like having like a Fennec Fox mascot walk through your Africa section, do a little dance, raise the happiness or entertainment of your guests, or having a red panda mascot in your Asia section, or I don't know, sloth mascot in your South America section. The third free update feature, which is a little bit smaller because like mascots and a lot of regional shops, I would say, are very hefty free update features. But the third free update feature is different sized burrows, having a larger and smaller sized burrow. But the one that we got with the Europe pack, I would say it's like a medium sized burrow. And then I would love to have like a larger sized burrow for bears, and having a smaller burrow for like your Arctic foxes and meerkats and such, because my biggest complaints with meerkats was they don't really have a burrow. And then the fourth and last free update feature would be exhibits, because everybody has kind of forgotten them. Like, exhibits haven't really changed since release. And so my free update feature when it comes to exhibits would be just variety. Like having a open exhibit, like just, we have turtles in an exhibit right now. Having like an open exhibit where you can almost pet the turtle, or if we ever get rodents in exhibits, because right now we only have reptiles and insects in exhibits as far as I know. But if we ever like let's say get a hedgehog in an exhibit, or a ferret or something along those lines, having like an open exhibit where you can just open, usually probably larger exhibit, would just make it more interesting. Because right now exhibits are completely forgotten. Like, I never count exhibit animals in like the animal lineup of packs, because it's a box and nothing really happens. Having a bit more variety would potentially make it more interesting. And then, yes, you could also open it up to aquariums, which I don't really want, but I could see Planet Zoo doing like the smaller animals like sea stars or starfish or seahorses and such, doing those in exhibits, because they're just so tiny that it would actually be kind of strange to put those in large habitats. And then to tie these free updates into the timeline that we've already set up, that would make it that the mascots would come in spring with the South America animal pack. Then in summer we would get the Caribbean, Central America item pack with the regional shops, because it makes sense, everybody goes on holiday, so now you then get shops that represent all of those locations that you would go on holiday to. Just makes sense to me, maybe not to you, let me know down below in the comments. And then in fall with the Oceania animal pack we would get the burrows, just so that with the winter we have the largest update with the exhibits and with the Scandinavia pack, because usually Planet Zoo has like the larger thing. Now this is not to say that this is going to come. Again, this is a list of things that I would like to see. And again, with the animal packs, you could go more regional. You could have an Amazon pack, you could have a New Zealand pack, or I want my sloths, I want my emus, I want my kiwi birds, I want my capybaras and such. And then there is the elephant in the room. The one that I kept to last because controversy, because everybody is asking for aviaries and aquariums, more so aviaries. Now, why did I keep this to last? Because I don't think that these are going to come. I'm going to anger a lot of people probably by saying this, but to me, aviaries and aquariums feel like water parks for Planet Coaster. Highly requested features, but they're just not going to come. Like, I hope to be proven wrong. I hope to see an announcement in a few weeks and see aviary pack. Like, I hope to be proven wrong. But with every release, that hope grows smaller and smaller. I would actually say aquariums are more feasible because they can build off of an already existing system. Like, the modders have shown us that they could make somewhat believable aquatic animals from the diving system that's already in game. Aviaries going to be a lot more systems that they would need to implement, because not only would they need to implement birds, but they would also need to implement a system by which you can easily make aviaries. Because again, I assumed that 20% max of the Planet Zoo community is builders. Those people are going to build their own aviaries. All of the other people probably don't want to spend so much time trying to build an aviary piece by piece. They want to have something similar to the barrier system, where they have that system that is already in game, where you just have to then press a button and it becomes an aviary. For me, aquariums are more feasible than aviaries short term. Long term, aviaries, again, I would love to be proven wrong when it comes to my opinion on aviaries and aquariums, but right now it just really feels with every pack that's released that it becomes more and more like water parks in Planet Coaster. Highly requested features, but just are not going to be a thing for Planet Zoo. Maybe for Planet Zoo 2. I don't see aviaries and aquariums becoming a thing in Planet Zoo, but I hope to be proven wrong. But yeah, so the lineup again of the things that I would like to see from Planet Zoo in 2022 would be a South America annual pack with a Mascots as a free update in spring, then having the Central America / Caribbean pack, or Central America and Caribbean item pack in summer, with the free update being all of the regional shops. Then having a Oceania animal pack. Again, the animal packs could become more regional, but I'm just going to say Oceania pack for now, with the burrows in fall, and then having the Scandinavia item pack with all of the varieties of new exhibits in winter, just to have a beefy end to 2020. But let me know down below in the comments if you agree with any of the things that I've said. Potentially, probably not the controversial things that I said. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this rambling mess of a video. And I hope that you, enjoyed it. And if you did, there's the like and subscribe button. If you want to see more, likes are always appreciated. And I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.